of an influence on a relationship than I can. Because she'll go, girl, what does he mean when he said this? Why not just ask the man you're with?
That's good. You said something right there. Say that again. Say that her friends could have more influence on the relationship than you do. That's good.
Makes it very difficult to build trust there.
Oh, yeah. So expound more on other reasons why the black women are not trusted, or you can't get trust from a black woman.
Well, okay, let's do it this way.
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
If you've watched Mom, and since the majority of men were raised by moms, and you've seen Mom emotionally blackmail you somehow, so you look at that and you're like, or you watch Mom in relationships, how she's navigated. One guy can be great for friendship. Another guy is Mr. Tyrone that comes over at night and all those type of things. They have different roles.
Not Mr. Tyrone.
You watch that, you can have some built-in trust issues yourself about that.
About how a woman's going to operate with
how
you.
She's going to operate and what it means when she says what's the statement, I'm out with friends or I'm with a friend, you know? And how, or he's just a friend, you know? There are different things that can be triggers for men because of things we've seen or visualized, you know? But when it comes to black women, you were talking about the value of it. You said, how can you criticize what you come from? Black women will often give other black women the same credentials that they have when they're not all equal. They're totally different. The package that a woman comes, she's got her education. This one may have 2 kids. This one may have 5 kids. This one, and there's so many different. But when you all talk, you all speak as if everybody's the same. One is manipulative, won't let the kids see the dad. Every time she gets a new relationship, she cuts off all the other men to try to introduce this new guy into the relationship as father to everybody. The other woman, you know, may be a mom that focuses solely on her man. Another woman will want the man to come in, but he's got to play 4th place. The kids come before you and then you. But when it comes to the opposite side, I got to make you the priority. That's an odd. If I'm your priority, I've got to be the same. You've got to be mine. You got to be equal. If you're not going to equals, then how can you be in a relationship?
I agree 100%. We got a Facebook comment. Denisha says most black women are statically alpha, so when they meet and equal, they have this natural instinct to suppress that, not realizing we are this way because what he needs due to balance and leveling. Because we have the same issues of a single parent homes, we naturally don't trust, well, most of us.
You see that whole term of alpha. What do you think of that? You think that black men lack alpha or couldn't respond to a woman that's an alpha?
I do believe that black men have a hard time dealing with a woman who is considered a alpha female. Now, then their question becomes, is there such thing as an alpha female? But no. I do believe that black men have a hard time dealing with a woman who has her stuff together.
What does that mean?
So what does that mean?
That?
So I'm gonna say,
educated.
I'll take myself for example. I am 41, getting ready to be 42. Okay. I don't have any children. I've never been married. I have 2 master's degrees plus a certification. I own my own home. Mm-hmm. I have I'm a hustler. I have a good job. You know, I get out there. I'm a go-getter. Okay. And so when men meet me, they are intimidated by what I bring to the table.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I absolutely know that it's true.
I've had men tell me that,
but those aren't men at your level, though. You're speaking of men below your level. There are men at your level and above. You're just in the wrong audience. Okay, the men that qualify that you're talking about, you're just not in front of.
I'm shaking my head.
Because I got my own. I mean, I make more than 6 figures.
But you asked me, the question was, are men intimidated? Exactly. The question was, are men intimidated by the alpha women? And that's what I answered.
Those aren't men yet.
Those aren't men.
You can be older adolescent, but not a man.
Well, I agree with that now.
So you can be 40 if you're still trying to get rims, still trying to impress with stuff. We're talking about something totally different.
That's
but real men wouldn't be intimidated. He would be like, finally.
Supportive.
You got something, and we can elevate together. Our only issue would be, how do we deal with our 2 properties? You follow me?
Hey,
that's a whole different conversation.
That's the kind of man I need.
That is great that you made that distinction, that they're not a man, right? They're not the men that you need. If they said that to you, you're absolutely right. I love that you made that distinction.
James, we're going to have you come back.
No, I hope so.
Okay, so we have a question. I have another question because I was waiting on this question until you got here, James.
Okay.
So here's the question. Have black women turned on black men, or is it the other way around?
And so I posed that question because that was part of your comment when I posted this clip on my page. That's what you said.
Well, I had just been we had been having a conversation, and there is two trains of thought. The first train of thought is that when the government offered greater incentives for if you were a single mom than have you had a man in the house, like you get less benefits if a man in the house. Women made a choice. I'm going to marry a sense of security. I get a house with a reduced cost. I get food. You can't live with me. You can come at night, but you can't be. If they come to check, you got to pretend like you don't live here.
Where they do that at?
You talking about James Earl Jones, based on that movie?
No,
I'm
talking about real life.
real life.
Those that have had. No, James Earl might have went through that. I did.
For real, it was a movie. It was a movie. Claudine, based on that, where she had 5 kids, and James Earl Jones was trying to date her. He was a trash man, and she was reluctant about his profession. And the welfare people came over there to check, and she had to make a decision. Because she got a new microwave. He helped her. Now, come on, microwave just came out. And so she was in that
wasn't
dilemma.
the technology, right.
All
But
right.
now that is one aspect.
But that was 1960s.
No.
Still prevalent.
That's still prevalent. Sense of security is important. I don't care. You can be like, as long as he loved me, that's all I need. No, you need food. You need bills paid. You need this discretionary income. Yeah, it's not just enough to be, say, you make me feel a certain way. And so they chose. But then also it became a thing where women looked at men like, let's see if a guy didn't go to college, but he has a trade. The guy with a trade can make more than the person who goes to college. And he won't come in with any debt. But then it becomes down to maybe he doesn't use the right vernacular or you can't take him in certain settings. But that's where opposites can come together. But if the idea is that he has to wear a suit and you're looking for a white-collar guy, you're just looking at the wrong thing. Evaluate men based on what they are, not a preconceived notion. He doesn't have the man for you may not be 6'4", 250. He might be 5'8", 158 pounds. But that's the one God has for you. But most women would be like, I can't have a man that's small. I just get described, one I was just thinking, there was a multimillionaire that's from Indiana that's away. African-American man works out of Lifetime Fitness, and he's having a hard time finding someone.
Wait a minute, he's a multimillionaire.
And he's black?
Lives here, works out of Lifetime
He black
Fitness.
and he work out where?
He black, Lifetime Fitness.
What's his name?
Okay, what's his name?
Yeah, I think right there at behind
How old
Casa.
is he?
Right.
46, I think he is.
What he look
But
like?
example, see how it is? Why do we go with that? We go money, looks, status, But if he's at the gym, and if he's 158, he ain't got no high body
He
count.
could be in the beginning of his journey now. Come on now.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
Right.
So okay. Would you just go with a woman if she was not physically attractive to you?
Well,
We're saying to you because
okay.
we had this
No.
conversation before you
No,
got
that's a
here
great
about
question.
men.
Well, here's the thing. Since 80% of black women, this is CNN that says this, 80% of 4 out of 5, 80% of black women are overweight.
Wait a minute,
50%.
how many women are overweight?
4 out of 5. That's from CNN. That's
Okay,
right.
4 out of 5.
Black women
Okay.
only. I'm only talking about black women.
4 out of
Okay.
5 of
Yeah.
black women are overweight.
And then
4 out of
50%
5.
of them are clinically obese. Now I'm
That's
just
just
going off of
facts.
facts. That's
Okay.
it. So it's not a matter of like, would you date a woman that way? Thyroid issues come into play. You name it. There could be slower metabolism. You can work with weight. Weight can go up and down.
That's
We
right.
agree.
But what
That's
what you can't
Right.
work with is if a person is already settled, like you got to take me as I am. Man, you have to evolve, both of you. You just can't get together and like we both gained 100 pounds since getting together. We're gonna both die too soon. We have to be evolving and improving your package. You can't sell yourself just on face selfies. It's got to be the whole person of who you are.
So has the black woman turned on the black man?
In many ways, yes, because
but
she
I'm
decided
still-
the definition of a black man changed.
I have to disagree with you. I feel like
Well,
Wait a minute. I need to hear what he's saying. I need to understand that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what?
The definition of a quality or a good man has altered so much. You pigeonhole them down to one particular thing.
And what do you think that is?
And I think, well, let's go. It goes down to, think about it. If you take a brother that's a little overweight and you post him, right, and he could be a great guy, great character, all that other stuff. A woman will be like, not interested. Now you take a guy that just got out of jail with a great physique, he becomes a man crush Monday. 500 likes every hour based on that. Women have settled for looks rather than the total package of a man.
So if I could say what you said, then those are not real, true women. Then because
It should,
right,
yes,
because if
but
it's
that's
just,
why
because if it's
but
just
real
the
women are a
physical-
small percentage.
well,
Oh, okay, you think that's the one thing about it. You have such a sisterhood, which is awesome, but you'll be like, man, all of us are great women. No, you haven't lived with each other. You don't know what. Y'all don't know what it.
Wait.
we're not saying that.
Yeah.
Now, if
things
you
are
know
different.
women at all, you know that we definitely do not think that
Yeah,
all
okay,
women.
right. But now you know that in actuality. But when you're talking about a subject like that, they were like, it's hard to find a good man. Well, good men are watching before they ever approach you. They watch how you interact. They watch. That's just a fact, man. They evaluate. Like if you let me put it like this: if you're a woman who is shapely, if you're shapely and a man is looking at you and he starts talking to you, he might be like, "Hey, babe, the same pictures that drew his attention, he may want you to change." Because if he's asking you to change, it's not that he's trying to control you. He's actually trying to wife you. Come on, look. Yeah, watch this. No. Now watch this.
Okay,
Every
but
man
first
knows
of all,
this.
what kind of
If you
picture
are showing
is it?
too much breasts,
then okay, keep.
now,
I'll let
come
you
on
go.
now. If you
I'll
are
let
showing
go.
too much breasts, all your pictures are looking over your shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, man, some of this you don't have to do because the bait you were using, you don't caught what you. I'm here now."
But
So you don't
you
need
ready
to
to
keep
wife
fishing with
her
that.
off of that
No,
bait,
no.
though?
It's not the picture.
Okay.
The picture may be
Okay.
the thing that caught attention because men begin physical. If you're not attracted to her, you can't talk a man into anybody. That's just fact, you know. It starts with attract. How you gonna just show up? She can have Holy Ghost coming out the ears. She can have $1,000 a year income. But if she's not attractive,
And that was some of what we said at the table here. Some of us said that we have to be attracted to the man.
is.
So I'm with you on that. You have to have some physical attraction. They don't have to have the standard,
No.
have the standard of beauty, but they have to be attractive to you. So
Right.
I agree with that piece of it. I truly do. Okay, you can continue.
no. No, I do think it's great that we're even having the discussion because a lot
me
of
ask you this.
yeah.
Are you married? Have you been
Man,
married?
let me tell you how I feel.
I just need to know what your credentials are.
Yeah,
coming to
here are
this
my
table.
credentials.
Okay.
I failed in relationships because I went off of, people, I allowed other people to make decisions for me. I didn't have that self-efficacy where I could trust in my own judgment. And when people played matchmaker, they gave me what a person's representative was. And when I got with the person,
You met.
oh, man. I was like, hey.
We all had a great potential before.
I was on a cruise and was calling saying, "Hey, Pastor, man, this didn't work out. This is a honeymoon." I'm like, this ain't the one. I done met her.
Wait.
Yeah, we done spent a whole year, and whoever that was in counseling, this ain't the girl that's in here
And
now.
Royal Caribbean exposed that?
Yeah, actually, on Royal Caribbean. We was at, and I realized then I was like, oh my goodness, this is not. So then I learned you have to date long enough to see if you like them when you if you can love them when you don't like them.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely.
If you can
Yes.
love them when you
When you
don't
don't
like
like
them.
'em.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because love is. I always say love is a decision. It's a
It is.
choice that you make to love somebody. So you, like you said, I may not like you sometimes, but I still love you. But I'm not gonna like you all the time.
Right, absolutely.
So what is your status now? I just need to know sitting at this table.
I went through all those failures to become the man I am now.
So you
I could be
single?
prepared.
You dating?
After I divorced, I was like, Lord,
How long have you
I'm
been
gonna take
divorced?
that time to fix. 2009.
Okay, so what have you been doing in
9.
between? You said you're going to take that time. Have you been healing, fixing?
See,
what you been doing?
So here, after divorce, finances were wrecked. Then you have the child support stuff, and you have all those things to get together.
Yeah.
And before you can start dating, I don't understand why people are dating when your finances are in a disarray because you can't handle yourself. How you gonna handle anyone else? And I was at that point where I needed gas money from mom so I could make it to Friday. And how you gonna date somebody like that? And at that time, I wasn't dateable.
Oh, that's good.
I love it.
And so, And so going through all that, then finally after I got my weight up, all those that skipped